Welcome to FluentPro webinars on analysis and optimization of Microsoft Project Online configuration. I hope that everyone here knows what is a Project Online, and you came here for a reason to understand how you can get your Microsoft Project Online configuration better. And FluentPro has tool for that. And today we'll show what our tools can do, how you can use this tool to make your configuration more optimal and find inconsistencies. Very quickly about myself, my name is Anton Kravtsov. I'm the COO and president of the FluentPro Software Corporation. Our company is based in state of Washington, our headquarters in Redmond. We are working on market of project server, project online since 2009. We are Microsoft Gold certified partner with competence in the project and portfolio management. And our primary role is we are ISV, so we are independent software vendor. We develop products for Microsoft Project Server and Microsoft Project Online, and we have many of those products. Same time, we have some center of excellence. We provide support services, consulting, but today it's mostly we'll talk about two of our products, and this functionality available in both of them. It's called FluentBooks and FluentPro GA Suite. So why companies need to optimize configurations? So the major reason is that configuration process is cumbersome and complex, and it takes a lot of time. You end up creating tens or sometimes hundreds of custom fields. You need to make sure that there's a consistency on the PDPs that is available for all different types of projects. That views that you define for your project, for your schedule view or for the project center, they're consistent and they display the information. We've seen many situations as a consultant, and we did the same mistake. Is that very simple situations that you might simply forget if you have multiple PDPs for different enterprise project type. You might simply forget add one of the fields to some of the PDPs, or you have some, after making change, you have some orphan fields that are sitting in Project Online and not being used for months or years in the situation. And all that cleanup that you need to do is also very simply helps your PWA. You get less fields, and it means that you have more clear picture of the data. You have faster reports. You, especially if you're talking about, for example, task level fields, your calculations, your project safe operations take less time. So it is important to optimize configuration from consistency, making sure that you don't have orphan data, that there is a standardization and similar look and feel and sequence of all the fields on your PDPs in your project. As well, one of the side effects, this tool is not just for end customers who can work on their configuration for project or project administrators. This tool is very convenient for consultants as well. Consultants and project partners can do health check before starting on the engagement. When they come to new customers, they can run this tool and understand, and immediately our tool will show where are the discrepancies, where inconsistencies, where the partner can spend time and bring the immediate result to customer by simply just doing that health check. As well, for the end customers, you can use this tool to perform the configuration health check before accepting the work, making sure that project partner did a good job in building the configuration, that they have answers for all the inconsistencies that our tool can find, that there are no orphan elements that are nowhere. So it's also the health check and quality checks that you can use to see how the partners deliver, your consultants that you hire deliver their work. This functionality is available in two of our software. We have a software called FluentBooks, and it's a software that works both for Project Server and Microsoft Project Online. It's a desktop software, and the primary goal is for very complex configuration management, administration, and migration scenarios. For example, you need to migrate from project server to project lines. That's a FluentBooks. If you need to do the bulk edit of the configuration, if you need to do the comparison of the configuration between the different PWAs, if you need to do the bulk edit of resource rates, if you need analyze security, that's a software that you can use. And documentation and analysis, it's part of the software as well. Last year, we released another product which is called FluentPro GA Suite. It's a cloud-based configuration management. It's at this point, it's a slightly lighter version of FluentBooks, but it is absolutely web-based. It is designed only for Microsoft Project Online. And it has more components to it. It has governance reports, it has backup functionality, it has archiving functionality. So lots of what we did is we created a web-based product that companies can use for change management, configuration management, for backup, for disaster recovery, for archiving. And it's all optimized because all that you use, you just have several wizards that hide a lot of the complexity under the hood. We are adding more advanced functionality to the GA Suite as we keep working on the software, and lots of new things planned for this year. We have releases like every 2 weeks with new functionality. The functionalities that we are talking today, that I will show today, it is available or will be available during the May in both of the products. So very quickly, let's go to the demo. I will do a demo based on FluentPro, FluentBooks customer today, client today, because the output is absolutely the same. So if you have a FluentPro, FluentBooks client, there are 3 buttons here in this sections called documentation. There's a document workspace configuration, there's document PWA configuration, and there's one which is called the configuration audit. Document PWA configuration, it's our way, it's also a wizard where you can generate very sophisticated, very detailed documentation on your settings in PWA. So you can select all the elements like fields, projects, views, enterprise data, all that information. You will enter the URL, you will enter the username and password, and you will press on the generate documentation. This process takes about, depending on amount of the data. If you don't have, if you do not document projects and resources, it will take about 2 minutes to download, between 2 and 3 minutes to download your configuration and generate document. If you have big number of projects and resources, it might take, it will take longer. It might take 10 minutes. It can take 15 minutes, 20 minutes, depending on how many projects you have and how many resources. Because if you're talking about the hundreds of thousands of projects, it definitely takes time to download. We have our sandbox environment. It's called the PPMX4, where we do some development, some configuration. Sometimes we do some demos there to show the new functionality. It has some work in progress, and that's exactly what we need. I want to show output looks from the document. Let me switch to Excel, and output of this wizard is Excel file that you can save on your desktop, in your documents folder, anywhere on your SharePoint. And what you have in that document, you have a summary page where you can see a list of all the fields, list of lookup tables, views. So it's pretty much everything that we were able to extract from Microsoft Project Online PWA at this point. If I go to custom fields, for every field, it has, as you can see, it has fields like demo 1, demo 2, all those fields, and you have lots of details. You have a description, is it built in or not, what kind of entity, is it project, task, or resource field, its type, multi-line, department, if it's a graphical indicator, then what kind of the conditions that they use. So it's very advanced, very detailed file for every single element in your configuration. We have same for lookup tables, and you even have values here that we extract all the values. You have views with all the fields and viz and labels and formatting, and if there are any security categories there. Since it's on this PWA, I have SharePoint security mode. There is definitely no security categories and group. But if I have the workflows, phases, it's all will be here. Project details page, summary about information about project details page, and fields that are displayed on that project details page. So it is a very detailed file. What we see a lot is that our partners who use FluentBooks in their practice, they use a software to deliver after they did the work for customer, they deliver a document that describes what's done. This is very important for large organization and in general for organization who have a change management process in place. And having this document helps companies to document what change were made. So, okay, as of May 1st, we had this document. Let's say in August, we made some change and we generate this document again, and we can see what is the latest documented version that we have. If something happened, you have a reference where you can go and check what was the setting, what was the values in lookup table, which fields we have on the PDPs at specific point of the time. So it's a great tool to document all that, and as well as you can see all the resources here in the list. You can see the same projects. You have see if there are some timesheet settings. So it's all here in one very detailed, very large document, Excel spreadsheet with all the details about your configuration. So again, it is available, and you can generate it. So moving to the better and more interesting part, which is analysis of the configuration. The wizard called here is called the configuration audit, and it looks it's slightly simpler because we need to analyze everything, and by default we are doing that. And you have two options. We have two options. If you have FluentBooks, can download all the settings in your PWA into itself, and we call it workspace. You can generate that to do the audit against the current workspace that you have. If you download information, you can do it from file, because workspace can be saved to a disk, or you can do that from PWA. So I did the same exercise. I downloaded the same information from PWA, from the same PWA, PPM Express 4. It takes exactly the same time to download information from your PWA. Processing of the documentation maybe takes a little bit longer. And then what I did, I just simply saved this file as a configuration analysis. You see it created just before the webinar. I will again switch to Excel. Okay, here we have our configuration analysis. So as you can see, at the bottom it has similar structure. Again, we have elements like project types, PDPs, lookup tables, fields, templates, calendars, everything is here. But the difference here is that it's slightly different format. We are not showing all the details, but we explain how this information is used in your PWA and if there are any inconsistencies. So what we did is we added the latest change that we made to this product to this functionality is we added a tab called Summary. And on Summary, we provide you a high-level picture of and some health checks that we already did for you, that you don't need to dig into the details yourself, inconsistencies that we found. For example, enterprise project type. I have enterprise project type called enterprise project, and I don't have any project created using this type. I have enterprise project type called large project, and it's no projects created. I have enterprise project type called mini project, and there's no projects created. So a reasonable question: do I need to keep those enterprise projects? Why I need them in my configuration? Same for the PDPs. I have some PDPs that are not used in anywhere. Again, my question is: do I really need to use it? They are definitely for strategic impact and workflow stage status. Absolutely, I need them. But for example, for my custom PDP that I created, it's not used. Maybe I can simply just go and delete and that's it. It's cleaner, it's lighter, it's more structured. Same goes for lookup tables. I have lookup tables empty. it has no values. Same for example, I have some lookup tables which pretty much the fields, they are not used anywhere. Simply just field is not used and lookup table is not used. That's why system say, okay, it's not used anywhere. Same for fields. For example, I created a field called a demo1. It says that, okay, you have this field, but none of the project has a value in this field. Do you really need it? At the same time, it's not used in any of the views. So it's just a field that someone went and created. It's junk, it's noise. And really, like, you don't need to have, especially after you're done with your configuration, you go live. Before you go to this, you go live with configuration, you need to make sure that you don't have those fields that create noise and nowhere used. So as you can see, we do this analysis for all the fields. We show all those details, and as you can see, system found I have a lot of fields here that, for example, they're not used anywhere. Same time, for example, you can have task level fields, and the system will say, okay, it's not used anywhere. Again, great summary here where you can find the summary view of all that analysis. If you want to go to the details, you can. If you go, for example, for enterprise project types, it says that, okay, there's a small project, it's used in projects, the rest, again, it's not used in the project. That's exactly what our summary tab said here. And okay, you have 4 types and not you for 4 types that are nowhere used. If you go for example, PDPs, again, like it says that the PMO committee is not used in EPTs and it's not used in the stage. So if you have workflow-based system, your PDP can be used on one of the stage. It's used nowhere. It means that absolutely it's safe. If there are no other business reason for keeping this PDP, you can get rid of it. You don't need it. If you go to lookup tables, system will show that if there are any change, for example, cost type, it's empty. Program, it's empty. RBS is empty. Maybe, I know that what is RBS and what I know that the cost type is out of the box. Lookup tables, I will keep them. But other than that, for example, stage and completion, it's no use. It's no used anywhere. Maybe we can delete it. Fields. Again, we do 3 types of analysis for all the fields. Is it used in PDPs? Is it used in views? Is it used in projects? And we highlight for you information where we have no, so we found some issues. So you can make a decisions and you can analyze your configuration. Same goes for templates. If there are some file templates, system will tell you it's a project template. If it's used or not, because we've been to a situation where the companies have hundreds of project templates and maybe they don't need them, but they still sit there and take space. Calendars, we analyze if it's used in project or not. PDPs and EPTs, we show which PDPs are used in which enterprise project type. For example, why this I like this tab very much as the implementer. Let's imagine that you have a standard situation like here, you have large project, medium project, and small project, okay? And let's say that you have a financial tab where you capture some financial information. Right now, for example, you have it just on the large project, but maybe your intention was to have the same PDP available for all of your 3 custom tabs that you had here. I want to make sure that it's for large, for medium, and for small. If I forget at some point to add the PDP to my EPT, it will show up here, say, okay, you have inconsistency. You want to show the project financials PDP for every project type, and you didn't. It's only showing for large. So again, great picture, great analysis of what can be changed, what can be improved. Same goes for if there are work. I don't have the workflows in this environment, but again, you will see that if some PDPs are used in stage. For workflow-based system, you will need to use both of these tabs, because first one is kind of like static. It's for enterprise project types without workflow, but if it has a workflow, you will need to analyze if some PDP is used, because PDP can be not used on non-workflow enterprise project type, but can be used as part of the stage configuration here. More complex and more bigger spreadsheet. It's fields versus PDP. Again, it's all about the consistency. Consistency. If you want to use some fields on specific PDP, so you can make sure that they're available. For example, you have, let's say that you have several summary page. For example, you have different summary page that are specific to different enterprise project type. What you can see is that you can make sure that some fields they're used across different PDPs. That, for example, if you have a high level scope that it used for, let's say, for small project and medium project PDPs that you might have. Definitely, it's a bigger spreadsheet because you have here, if you have large number of PDPs and large number of projects, large number of fields, you will have all that information. And last one is fields versus views, where you can see all the project server, all the project views, and you can see which fields are used. So what we don't do by default is we don't put the freeze as a small advice. Just simply freeze a column, top first column and the top row. It will be much easier to navigate in this spreadsheet. But also it is a very valuable spreadsheet that provides all the information. It's hard to navigate, and that's why we try to extract all that information into the summary here. But if you want to go to the details, it's all here. Do you have any questions so far? If you have any questions, you can write them and I can answer, because I will be switching back to presentation, and that's pretty much explain what the functionality that we have and how you can use it. Very quickly about the availability of this functionality. If you are a licensed user of FluentBooks or G Suite, it means that you have purchased a license for the software. It is available right now for all the users. It's available in FluentBooks. It is available in G Suite. In G Suite, we started a new campaign as of in the main that any organization can install G Suite, and these two wizards that generate documentation and that generate audit, they will be available for all the users free of charge. So it means that you can go to G Suite, you can register to the G Suite and use the functionality. It is available right now, so you can just go ahead and register. G Suite is a product for Microsoft Project Online. Again, it is free. You can use this functionality is free. But G Suite, as I mentioned in the very beginning, it's a large tool that includes the backup functionality, disaster recovery, governance, migration within tenant, project archival, all the different functionality available for the users. FluentBooks, we are also making the functionality available in FluentBooks. We'll have a version around the May 28th at the end of the month that customers who have FluentBooks, you can download a FluentBooks with just 2 of those features available for you, and you will be able to generate documentation. It will be available around the May 28th. That's our planned release. We need to update some other components. Functionality is in the product, but we just need to update our licensing system to support the specific license. Okay, let's very quickly about our products. I have to say that. Again, I mentioned we have FluentBooks and FluentPro governance administration, G Suite, for change management, configuration management, disaster recovery, backup. We recently, about several months ago, we released our FluentPro financials component, which allows you to track the budgets, create financial forecasts, and we just updated with Power BI report pack for this product, so you can have that component. There is a free version which supports 25 projects, so you can have that no obligations version of FluentPro financials. We released a FluentPro Power BI pack, which contains all the reports. We have pre-configured PMO. We are releasing soon FluentPro Power BI pack for Microsoft Planner. So if you use Microsoft Planner, you can start using the Power BI with your Microsoft Explainer. You can reach out to our sales organization to learn more about this product. And again, like we have integration hub and data marts that you can use anytime. So if you have any questions, you can reach out to info@fluentpro.com, sales@fluentpro.com, or reach out to our support. Our support is always online. You can use chat on the website or send email. Someone will promptly answer your email. Thank you for watching this webinar. I hope that you can use our software and make your configuration better. Again, if you have any questions, let us know. Thank you for your time.